Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're shifting gears a little bit. Usually, we're tearing through the latest tech news or we're dissecting some huge nonfiction book to find those little nuggets of wisdom.
Right.
But today we're going to master the code.
The code. That sounds a little ominous. Are we becoming hackers?
In a way, yes. We're hacking the English language.
Yeah.
I was reading through our listener feedback, which is amazing, by the way. Please keep sending it in. And I noticed this very specific recurring frustration.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We have listeners who have studied English for 10, even 15 years. They know the grammar rules, better than I do. They've memorized all the vocabulary lists. But then they walk into a bar in London or a boardroom in New York, or they just watch a movie, and suddenly they're completely lost.
That's the classic textbook versus reality gap. It's so common. You learn the formal structure, but real communication is messy. It's full of these shortcuts and cultural references and imagery.
Exactly. And the bricks that build that bridge between textbook English and real English are idioms and phrasal verbs. It's those strange little phrases where all the individual words make sense. You know the word piece and you know the word cake, but you put them together.
A piece of cake.
And it has nothing to do with dessert.
Precisely. If you interpret idioms literally, the world becomes a very confusing and sometimes, frankly, a terrifying place. Imagine hearing someone say, break a leg, and thinking they actually want you to get hurt.
Right. So our mission today is to conduct a deep dive specifically designed as an audio masterclass. We aren't just chatting today. We're teaching to you, the listener tuning in. I want you to treat this a little differently than our usual deep dives. Slow down.
Yeah, this is a study session.
It is. If you can, grab a notebook. If you're driving, maybe just turn the volume up a bit and try repeating some of these phrases after us.
And we've curated a list of exactly 29 essential idioms and phrasal verbs. We are going to move slowly. We're not just going to give you the definition. We're going to look at the why. We'll look at examples, the grammatical families they belong to, and even the opposite so you know what not to say.
I love that. We want to move you from just sort of nodding along to actually using these phrases in your next email or your next conversation. Yeah. So let's unpack this. We've broken our list down into themes to help them stick. Our first category is attitude, work, and agreement.
A very human place to start.
Absolutely. And we are kicking things off with a phrase that, if you take it literally, sounds like a really nice compliment. But in reality, it's a fast track to a fight. Number one is wise guy.
Ah, yes, the wise guy. Now, logically, wise is a beautiful word. It means having experience, knowledge, good judgment. Gandhi was wise. Yoda is wise.
So if I call my boss a wise guy during my performance review, I'm saying he's like Yoda.
If you do that, you might be looking for a new job. In the world of idioms, a wise guy is almost the exact opposite of a wise person.
Okay, break that down for us. What's the real meaning?
Okay, so the meaning of wise guy is a person who is sarcastic, arrogant, or just plain annoying. It refers to someone who thinks they know more than everyone else and often makes these rude or joking comments when they really should be serious.
It's that specific brand of annoying, right? The person who's too clever for their own good.
Exactly that. It's not just being smart. It's using your cleverness to irritate people.
Right.
Let's look at 3 distinct examples to see how this plays out in real life.
Perfect.
Okay, example 1. Imagine a classroom. The teacher asks a serious question like, what was the main cause of the Civil War? And a student in the back yells, bad vibes.
Right.
The teacher might sigh and say, don't be a wise guy, just answer the question properly.
Okay, got it. It's about being disruptive with humor.
Yes. Example 2. You're trying to give instructions, maybe you're putting together some IKEA furniture. You say, okay, the manual says to use screw B, and your friend says, are you sure you can read that thing? You might say, I was trying to read the manual, but some wise guy in the back kept making jokes about my reading skills.
And a third one?
Example 3. It can describe a general personality trait, like he acts like a wise guy all the time, but he actually doesn't know what he's talking about.
I feel like I also hear this in mob movies. Like, oh, we got a wise day over here.
Yes, that's the other cultural touchstone. That's a great point. In gangster films, a wise guy, often spelled as one word, is a member of the mafia, but in our daily conversation, it just means a smart aleck.
Okay, so what about its linguistic family? Where does it fit in?
Good question. Linguistically, this belongs to the semantic field of personality types, specifically the negative ones. It's a noun phrase, but it really functions as a label for a certain kind of behavior.
If I want a synonym, something to use instead.
You have some great options for synonyms. You could call them a smart aleck, which is very common. You could also say know-it-all, or a bit more simply, a joker. They all carry that same weight of irritating sarcasm.
Smart aleck feels like a perfect match. Now, what about the opposite? What if I want to describe someone who is the complete opposite of a wise guy?
The antonym here would be a humble person or a polite person. You know, someone who is earnest and respectful. That person is definitely not a wise guy.
Got it. So don't be a wise guy, be humble.
Oh.
Okay, let's pivot from attitude to effort. Number 2 is very visual. Work like a dog.
This is a classic simile. We're comparing work to how a dog works. And the meaning is to work extremely hard. It usually implies a lot of physical effort, long hours, or just pure exhaustion.
No, this is funny to me because I have a dog. He sleeps about 18 hours a day. He does not work hard at all.
That is the wonderful irony of modern pets. But historically, and this is where the idiom comes from, dogs were working animals. They herded sheep, they pulled sleds, they guarded property, they worked until they dropped. That's the image. It isn't an insult. It's actually often a badge of honor.
So if I say I worked like a dog, I'm actually sort of bragging.
A little bit, yes.
Mm-hmm.
You're emphasizing your dedication and your grit. Let's do some examples.
Lamb on me.
Example 1. I worked like a dog all summer to save enough money for this car. You can feel the effort in that.
For sure.
Example 2. She works like a dog at the hospital. She's always on her feet for 12-hour shifts. Again, that physical element is really strong there.
And a third.
Example 3. He worked like a dog to get the renovation finished before the baby arrived. It paints this picture of sweat and determination.
So grammatically, what is this?
Grammatically, it's a verb phrase. It fits into the semantic field of labor and intense effort.
Okay, and synonyms for work like a dog.
For synonyms, you have some great options. You can toil, which is a bit more formal. You could slave away, which is very evocative. Or if you want to use some modern slang, you could just say you grind.
Grind is a good one.
Yeah.
What about the words that usually go with it? Collocations.
The collocations, the words that hang out with this phrase, are important. You almost always attach a duration to it. You work like a dog all day or all week or for months.
And if I'm the opposite, if I'm sitting on the couch eating potato chips,
Then you are the antonym. You are slacking off, hardly working, or simply being lazy.
sticking with the animal theme for hard work, number 3 takes it up a notch.
Good.
Work one's tail off.
Yes. If working like a dog is, say, level 8 intensity, working your tail off is level 10.
Yeah.
The meaning is to exert oneself to the point of absolute exhaustion. It means working very, very hard to achieve a specific goal.
It's a funny image, though. Working so hard, your tail actually falls off.
It is. It's hyperbolic and exaggeration. It suggests you're losing parts of yourself because you're trying so hard.
Give me some examples.
Sure. Example 1. I've been working my tail off to get this promotion, so I really hope I get it. There's a clear goal there.
Right, the promotion.
Example 2. The team worked their tails off to win the championship, practicing every single night. Again, a specific goal. The championship.
Yeah. And one more?
Example 3. You can't just expect success to be handed to you. You have to work your tail off for it. This is more general advice.
I noticed you changed the pronoun there. You said working my tail off and then working their tails off.
Yes, that is crucial. Great catch. You must use the possessive pronoun. It has to match the subject. I work my tail off. She works her tail off.
Good tip. And the semantic field for this one.
The semantic field is very similar to the last one. It's an informal verb phrase, again, about high-intensity effort.
What about some synonyms for work one's tail off?
For synonyms, you might hear bust one's back, hustle, which is very common now, or simply overwork.
And how is it typically used? The collocations.
The collocations are very goal-oriented. You usually work your tail off to do something or something. I worked my tail off for that grade.
And the opposite, if your tail is safely attached.
The antonym is to take it easy or to coast. If you're coasting, you're doing the minimum required.
Right. So we have the wise guy who doesn't do much and the person working their tail off. Hopefully, that hard work leads to our number 4, worth one's while.
Hopefully. This idiom is all about value and benefit.
So what does it mean exactly?
The meaning is, if something is worth your while, it is beneficial, profitable, or deserving of the time and effort you spent on it. It basically means the return on investment is good.
Does that investment have to be money?
Not at all. That's a great question. It could be money, but it could be an amazing experience, a beautiful view, or just a good feeling. Let me give you some examples.
Please.
Example 1. If you help me clean the garage, I'll buy you dinner to make it worth your while. In this case, the dinner is the value.
Okay, a clear trade.
Exactly. Example 2. The drive was 3 hours long, but the view from the top of the mountain was worth our while. Here, the value is aesthetic, it's the experience.
And a third one.
Example 3. You see this in marketing a lot. Please fill out this survey. We've included a discount code to make it worth your while.
That phrase, make it worth your while, it sounds almost transactional. A bit like something a spy would say in a movie.
It can be. I can make it worth your while. Can definitely sound like a bribe. But usually in everyday life, it's innocent.
So what's its category?
The semantic field for this is an adjective phrase focusing on utility and value.
Synonyms.
For synonyms, think beneficial, rewarding, profitable, or advantageous.
And how do we usually see it structured?
The collocations are very consistent. The structure is almost always make it worth someone's while or it wasn't worth my while.
And if the whole thing was a disaster, if the view is just fog,
Then the antonym is a waste of time. You could also say it was pointless or futile.
Moving on to number 5. This is a phrase that I think causes a lot of awkward moments for learners. You can say that again?
Oh, this is a big one. I have seen students get very, very confused here.
I believe it.
So let's be very clear on the meaning. This expression is used to express strong, enthusiastic agreement with what someone just said. It does not, and I want to repeat this, it does not mean you want them to repeat the sentence.
So if I say, wow, it is incredibly hot in here, and you reply, you can say that again?
I am agreeing with you 100%. I'm saying, yes, it is very hot. I feel the same way. If I actually wanted you to repeat what you said, I'd say something like, come again, or, sorry, what was that?
Let's try role-playing a few examples.
Good idea. You start.
Okay. This project is taking forever.
You can say that again. I'm exhausted. See? I agree with you.
Okay, my turn. That pizza was the best I've ever had.
You can say that again. I could eat another whole one.
One more. We really, really need a vacation.
You can say that again. It's simple, direct agreement.
It's basically a verbal high five.
That's a perfect way to describe it. Its semantic field is purely for conversational agreement. It's an idiomatic expression.
What are some other ways to say the same thing? Synonyms.
The synonyms are things like, I agree completely, absolutely spot on, or a more informal one is, you're telling me.
And collocations.
For collocations, it really just stands alone. You just say the phrase as a response.
And the opposite is obvious, I guess?
The antonym, yes, would be I disagree, not at all, or I don't think so.
Okay, number 6. This one sounds a bit gritty. You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours.
It brings up a very visceral image, doesn't it? An itchy back that you just can't reach. You need a partner.
So what's the meaning there?
The meaning is, if you help me, I will help you. It refers to a reciprocal exchange of favors, a transaction of help.
Is it negative? It sounds a bit like political corruption or something shady.
It can have that nuance. It can certainly suggest a backroom deal or doing something slightly off the books. But it can be completely innocent, too. Let's look at the examples. Example 1, an innocent one. I'll cover your shift today if you cover mine next week. You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. That's just simple cooperation.
Makes sense. A fair trade.
Example 2, the more shady version. In politics, passing a law is often a case of you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. That implies trading votes, maybe not for the public good.
Right. And a third.
Example 3, somewhere in the middle. He helped me get the job, so I helped him find an apartment. Simple as, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. It's just the economy of favors.
The economy of favors. I like that. What's the semantic field?
The semantic field here is a proverb. It's about cooperation and transaction.
Are there more, let's say, formal ways of saying this?
Yes, the main synonym is quid pro quo. That's the Latin version, and you hear it in legal or political contexts. You could also just say, return the favor, or talk about reciprocity.
And what about the way it's used in a sentence?
For collocations, it's often introduced with, it's a case of, or it's the old principle of.
And what's the opposite of this cooperative spirit?
The antonym would be a philosophy of every man for himself, or just pure selfishness.
Wrapping up part 1, we have number 7. This is the phrase to use when you are totally lost. Your guess is as good as mine.
I love this one because it builds solidarity. It's a very collaborative way to be confused.
How so?
The meaning is, I have no idea. But, more specifically, it implies that I do not know the answer any better than you do. We are equal in our ignorance.
It's much nicer than just saying, I don't know.
So much nicer. It says, we're in this together. Let's do some quick examples.
Go for it.
Someone asks, do you know why the train has stopped? You reply, "Your guess is as good as mine. They haven't made an announcement."
We're both in the dark.
Exactly.
No.
Or, "Who do you think will win the Super Bowl this year?" The answer for most people, "Your guess is as good as mine."
Okay, one more.
How do we fix this computer error? Your guess is as good as mine. I've never seen that message before.
So its category is what?
The semantic field is uncertainty and lack of knowledge.
And other ways to say it.
The synonyms are great. I have no clue, which is very common. Beats me, which is very informal, or just who knows.
And the opposite.
The antonym would be a statement of confidence. I know for a fact, or it is certain, or I can tell you exactly.
All right, take a breath. That was part 1. We've covered attitude, work, and agreement. Now we are entering part 2. The theme here is the body, conflict, and silence.
Makes sense. The human body is probably the most common source of metaphors and idioms in any language. Hands, feet, eyes, back. We use what we have to describe the world.
And we're starting with the hands, or the lack of hands. Number 8 is all thumbs.
Okay, imagine your hand. You have 4 fingers and 1 thumb. Your fingers are nimble, right? They can thread needles, play the piano. Your thumb is strong, but it's kind of clumsy.
Right.
Now imagine you have 5 thumbs on each hand.
I would drop everything. I couldn't pick up a glass of water.
Exactly, and that's the meaning. To be all thumbs means to be clumsy or awkward, specifically with your hands. You lack dexterity.
I am definitely all thumbs when it comes to wrapping gifts. It always looks like a complete disaster.
That is a perfect usage. That's exactly it. Let's do a few more examples. Example 1. I tried to fix the tiny screw in my glasses, but I'm all thumbs, so I dropped it and lost it.
I've done that?
We all have. Example 2. Can you tie this knot for me? I'm all thumbs today because my hands are so cold.
Oh, that's a good one. It can be temporary.
It can. And example 3. He's a great athlete, running and jumping, but he's all thumbs when it comes to typing on a keyboard.
So you wouldn't say, I tripped and fell, I'm all thumbs.
No, that's a great point of clarification. That would be having 2 left feet. All thumbs is strictly for the hands.
Good to know. What's its category?
The semantic field is an adjective phrase, and it's all about physical coordination or the lack of it.
And synonyms. What else can I say?
For synonyms, you could just say clumsy or awkward. A fun one is butterfingers, which means you drop things a lot, and a more formal word is maladroit.
Does this one have any prepositions I should know about?
Yes, it does. Good question. It's often used with the preposition with. For example, he is all thumbs with tools, or she's all thumbs with anything delicate.
And the opposite of being all thumbs.
The antonym would be dexterous, skillful, adroit, or a very common word, just handy, like, my dad is very handy around the house.
Got it. Number 9. This is one of the most famous idioms in English history, I think. Bury the hatchet.
This has a fascinating origin. It's not just a random phrase. It comes from the indigenous peoples of North America. When warring tribes declared peace, they would literally bury their weapons, their tomahawks or hatchets, into the ground to symbolize that the fighting was over for good.
Wow, that's a powerful image. You can't use the weapon if it's under the dirt, so the meaning is derived directly from that.
Exactly. The meaning is to make peace, to stop arguing or fighting, and to forgive past conflicts. It implies a permanent end to the hostility.
Okay, give us some examples of how it's used today.
Of course. Example 1. They have been arguing for years about the property line, but they finally decided to bury the hatchet and have a beer together.
A happy ending.
Let's hope. Example 2. I really want to bury the hatchet with my brother before the holidays. I don't want to fight at Christmas.
That's a very common use case, I'd imagine. Family drama.
Very common. And example 3, in a business context. After the merger, the 2 rival companies had to bury the hatchet and learn to work as one team.
Okay, so its semantic field is pretty clear.
Yes, the semantic field is conflict resolution.
And synonyms. Are there other ways to say this?
The synonyms are phrases like make peace, reconcile, call a truce, or another nice idiom, mend fences.
Mend fences. I like that one too. What about collocations?
The common collocations are phrases like it's time to bury the hatchet, or they agreed to bury the hatchet.
And the opposite of burying the hatchet.
The antonym would be to hold a grudge, keep fighting, or to escalate the conflict.
Number 10. This is another slightly terrifying image if you visualize it. Cat got your tongue.
Yes. There are all these folk etymologies for this one. One theory is that it comes from the cat-o'-nine-tails whip used in the Old Navy, that the pain made you silent. But that's probably a myth. It's more likely just a spooky, memorable nursery rhyme image, a cat literally stealing your tongue.
So what does it mean when we say it?
The meaning is this. It's something you say when someone is being unusually quiet or refuses to speak, and it's almost always asked as a question to prompt them to talk.
Is it polite? Should I use this in a business meeting?
Not really. It's playful, maybe a little bit teasing. You'd say it to a child who's suddenly gone shy or to a friend who is normally talkative but is now silent. You would not say it to a judge.
Good to know. Examples.
Example 1. You ask your son a question and he just stares at you. You might say, "Why aren't you answering me? Cat got your tongue."
Okay, makes sense.
Example 2. He wanted to ask her to dance, but when he approached her, the cat got his tongue and he just stood there silently.
Poor guy. And a third.
Example 3. She usually talks nonstop, but today she's silent. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue.
And the linguistic category for this.
The semantic field is an idiom that's specifically about speech and silence.
What are some synonyms?
For synonyms, you could say the person is speechless, tongue-tied, mute, or at a loss for words.
Collocations are pretty simple here, I guess.
Yes. The main collocation is that it's almost always phrased as a question. Has the cat got your tongue? Or just, cat got your tongue.
And the opposite of the cat having your tongue.
The antonym would be a person who is chatty, talkative, vocal, or if you want a fancy word, loquacious.
Number 11. This one shifts the energy in a more positive direction. Come alive.
This is a great phrasal verb. It's all about describing a change in atmosphere or energy.
So what's the core meaning?
The meaning of come alive is to become active, energetic, or interesting. It can also mean to wake up, but in a metaphorical sense.
Like when the coffee kicks in the morning. I come alive.
Yes, that's a perfect personal example. Or think about a boring party that suddenly gets good music. Let's do some official examples.
Let's.
Example 1. The boring meeting finally came alive when we started arguing about the new product launch.
A bit of conflict makes things interesting.
Sometimes. Example 2. The city is quiet during the day, but it really comes alive at night with all the lights, music, and people in the streets.
A very common use.
And example 3. He's usually very quiet and reserved, but he really comes alive when he talks about his favorite video game.
So it's about a transition from dull to dynamic. What's the semantic field?
The semantic field is about energy and state of being.
And some synonyms for come alive.
Synonyms would include enliven, wake up, animate, or perk up, like the crowd perked up when the star came on stage.
What about collocations?
The common collocations are with places or events. The city comes alive, the party came alive, the forest comes alive with sound.
And the opposite, when the energy leaves.
The antonym would be die down, fade, become dull, or to fizzle out, like the party fizzled out around midnight.
Number 12. We're back to a bodily function, but not literally. Cough up.
This one connects back to the body, the physical act of coughing, but it's almost always about money or information.
Okay, so what does it mean?
The meaning is to give money or information, but, and this is the important part, reluctantly. You do not want to give it. It feels like you are forcing something up from your throat. It's an unwilling transfer.
It's a great image. It implies you are holding onto it really tight.
Exactly. Let's look at the examples. Example 1. I got a speeding ticket and had to cough up $200. You're not happy about it.
No.
Example 2. The police interrogated him for hours until he finally coughed up the name of his boss. This is about information.
Again, unwillingly.
Very unwillingly. And example 3. Come on, I know you have the money. Cough up the cash you owe me for lunch. It's very direct and demanding.
It sounds very informal.
It is very informal. You wouldn't use this in a formal business letter.
And its category.
The semantic field is transaction or concession. You're conceding something you'd rather keep.
What are some synonyms for cough up?
Good synonyms are hand over, fork out, which we'll actually see later on our list, surrender, or for information, you might say spin it out.
Spit it out, yeah. And collocations.
The main collocations are cough up the cash, cough up the truth, or cough up the dough, dough being slang for money.
And the opposite of reluctantly giving something away.
The antonym would be to hoard, keep, withhold, or retain.
Okay, we are moving into part 3. The theme here is preferences, appearances, and annoyances. This is all about how people look, what they like, and what drives them crazy.
This section has some very, very colorful expressions that native speakers use constantly without even thinking about it.
And number 13 is a proverb that rhymes which always makes it a bit easier to remember. Different strokes for different folks.
This is really the English language's version of live and let live. It's a philosophy and a little rhyme.
So what's the specific meaning?
The meaning is that different people like different things. Everyone has their own preferences, and that's okay. We should accept that diversity of taste.
The word strokes here, is that like rowing a boat? Or petting a cat? Or painting?
You know, there's a lot of debate about that. Some say it's the strokes of a paintbrush, implying different artistic styles. Some say it's from rowing. But the meaning is clear, whatever the origin. Variety is normal.
Give us some examples.
Sure. Example 1. I don't understand why he likes watching golf on TV. So boring. But, hey, different strokes for different folks.
It's a way of disagreeing without starting a fight.
Precisely. Example 2. She puts ketchup on her eggs. Well, different strokes for different folks.
A bit strange, but okay.
And a third.
Example 3. My brother and I argue about politics all the time, but at the end of the day, we just accept that it's different strokes for different folks.
It's a great way to end an argument without admitting you're wrong. You're just acknowledging a difference in perspective.
Exactly. Its semantic field is as a proverb, and it's about tolerance and variety.
Are there other ways to express this? Synonyms.
The big synonym is to each his own. You could also say tastes differ, or the slightly more judgmental, there's no accounting for taste.
And the opposite idea.
The antonym would be a concept like one size fits all, or the idea of conformity or dogmatism, where there's only one right way to think or be.
Now let's talk fashion. Number 14. Dress to kill.
This sounds dangerous. It sounds like you're an assassin on a mission, but it is purely aesthetic.
So what does it really mean?
The meaning is that you are wearing very stylish, glamorous, or impressive clothes, and they are intended to attract attention and admiration. The idea is that you look so good, it's devastating.
So this is for a high-stakes event, a first date, a gala, a red carpet appearance.
Yes. You definitely wouldn't be dressed to kill at the supermarket on a Tuesday morning. Let's do some examples.
Okay.
Example 1. She walked into the party dressed to kill in a stunning red velvet gown.
I can picture that.
Example 2. He was dressed to kill in a brand new tuxedo for the awards ceremony.
And one more.
Example 3. When you go to the interview, you want to look professional, but maybe not dressed to kill. It might be too much.
That's a good distinction. So, linguistically.
The semantic field is an adjective phrase, and it's all about fashion and appearance.
What are some synonyms?
For synonyms, a very common one is dressed to the nines. You can also say someone is looking sharp, glamorous, or if you want to use very modern slang, you might say they are slaying.
What's the collocation here?
The main collocation is that it usually follows the person. She arrived dressed to kill.
And the opposite. What if you show up in sweatpants?
The antonym would be dressed down, shabby, scruffy, or frumpy.
Now, very similar to that is number 15. Dressed to the teeth.
Yes, this is a cousin of dressed to kill, but it has a slightly different nuance. It's more about thoroughness and formality.
Okay, so what's the specific meaning?
To be dressed to the teeth means to be dressed very elegantly and elaborately. It implies that every single detail is perfect. The cufflinks, the jewelry, the pocket square, the shoes, everything.
Where does the teeth part come from? That seems random.
It likely comes from a related idiom, armed to the teeth, which means you're carrying so many weapons, you're even holding a knife in your teeth. So here, you're not armed with weapons, you're armed with fashion.
That makes sense. Give me some examples.
Example 1. The guests were all dressed to the teeth for the royal wedding. Everyone was wearing hats and tails. That's extreme formality.
Right.
Example 2. We don't need to get dressed to teeth just to go to the movies. Jeans are perfectly fine.
And a third.
Example 3. He showed up dressed to the teeth, looking like a millionaire, but it turns out he's broke.
So, dressed to kill is more about being sexy or impressive, while dressed to the teeth is about being extremely formal and elaborate.
That's a perfect summary. The semantic field is, again, fashion and appearance.
Synonyms.
For synonyms, you could say decked out, immaculate, or even just overdressed if it's not appropriate for the situation.
And the opposite of this.
The antonym would be underdressed, casual, or sloppy.
Okay, let's move from appearance to feelings. Number 16 involves annoyance. Drive someone up the wall.
I love the visual here. It's like something out of a cartoon. You get so frustrated you defy gravity and literally run up the wall to escape.
So the meaning is pretty intense then.
It is. The meaning is to annoy, irritate, or disturb someone intensely. This isn't just a minor bother.
This is, I'm going to scream, level of annoyance.
Correct. For example, That constant buzzing sound from the fridge is driving me up the wall.
I hate that.
Or, example 2, stop tapping your pen on the desk. You're driving me up the wall.
A classic office annoyance.
And example 3, her constant complaining about everything drives everyone in the office up the wall.
So what's its category?
The semantic field is a verb phrase, and it's about emotion, specifically anger and irritation.
Then some other ways to say this.
The synonyms are things like drive crazy, infuriate, aggravate, or a very common one, get on my nerve.
And the opposite. What if something makes you feel good?
The antonym would be to calm someone down, to soothe, to please, or to pacify.
And wrapping up part 3, number 17, duck soup.
This is a great one. It's a slightly older American idiom, and it was made famous by the Marx Brothers movie of the same name.
So what does it mean? Something is duck soup.
The meaning is that something is very, very easy to do. It requires almost no effort.
But why duck soup? Is duck soup easy to make?
The origin is a bit murky. Some theories say it's because duck is greasy and fatty, so the soup slides down your throat easily. Others say it's because ducks can be easy to shoot. They're sitting ducks. But whatever the reason, the meaning is clear. Simplicity.
Give me some examples of this in action.
Okay, example 1. Don't worry about the math exam. You studied hard. It'll be duck soup for you.
It's a way of reassuring someone.
Yes. Example 2. Fixing this leak was duck soup. It only took 5 minutes and some tape.
And one more.
Example 3. Compared to the last project, which was an absolute nightmare, this one is duck soup.
Okay, so it's linguistic home.
The semantic field is a noun phrase, and it's about the level of difficulty, specifically easy.
And this one has a ton of synonyms, right?
It does. The synonyms are very common. A piece of cake, a breeze, child's play, a walk in the park.
And the opposite of duck soup.
The antonym would be something that is hard labor, an uphill battle, difficult, or another idiom, a tough nut to crack.
All right, let's pivot to part 4. The theme is animals, deception, and money. We already had a few animal and money phrases, but these are even more specific.
It's amazing how often animals appear in English idioms. We used to live on farms, surrounded by them. Now we live in cities, but we still speak like farmers.
And number 18 is perhaps the most famous proverb of all. The early bird catches the worm.
This is the capitalist motto. It's all about getting ahead.
So what's the core meaning?
The meaning is that success comes to those who prepare well and put in effort early. If you are the first one to arrive, you get the best opportunity, which is the worm in this metaphor.
But I've always thought, what if you're the worm? Then you probably should have stayed in bed.
That is the cynic's view. But the idiom is always from the perspective of the bird.
Okay. Give me the examples from the bird's perspective.
Example 1. I want to get to the big sale as soon as the store opens. The early bird catches the worm.
Right. You get the best deals before they sell out.
Exactly. Example 2. He arrived at the job interview an hour early because he truly believes the early bird catches the worm.
It shows he's keen.
It does. And example 3 as advice. If you want that promotion, start working on the presentation now. Don't wait until the last minute. The early bird catches the worm.
So what is this as a phrase?
Its semantic field is as a proverb, and it's about timing and success.
And synonyms.
For synonyms, you could use another saying like first come, first served, or you could just use verbs like be proactive, or an idiom like strike while the iron is hot.
And the opposite kind of person.
The antonym would be a procrastinator or a latecomer, or another fun saying, you snooze, you lose.
Number 19, eating someone.
Okay, let's be clear up front. This
Wow.
is not about cannibalism.
Good to know. So what's eating someone?
The meaning is that something is bothering, worrying, or consuming someone's thoughts. It is almost always used in the question form, what's eating you?
Ah, so it means what is bothering you or what's on your mind.
Exactly. The image is that a worry is eating away at your peace of mind from the inside. It suggests that you look distracted or upset.
Okay, examples.
Example 1. You've been quiet all day and just staring out the window. What's eating you?
It's an invitation to share your problem.
Yes. Example 2. I can tell something is eating him. He looks so stressed and hasn't smiled once all day.
And a third.
Example 3, as advice. Don't let that one mistake at work eat you. Just learn from it and move on.
So it's about psychological consumption.
Precisely. The semantic field is a verb phrase all about emotion and anxiety.
And synonyms for this feeling.
The synonyms would be words like bothering, troubling, nagging, or weighing on, as in, what's weighing on you?
Collocation.
The most common collocation by far is the question, what is eating him? or what's eating you.
And the opposite.
The antonym would be a feeling of something pleasing you, comforting you, or delighting you.
Okay, number 20 involves deception. Feed someone a line.
Imagine fishing again. You cast out a line with bait to catch a fish. In this idiom, the line is a story or an excuse, and the fish is the person you are trying to lie to.
So you're trying to hook them with a lie.
You are. The meaning is to tell someone a false story or a fake excuse. It's often used to deceive someone playfully, but more often, it's to manipulate them.
Like a bad pickup line in a bar? Is that where that comes from?
It's the same idea, yes. Or a fake excuse for being late to work. Example 1. He fed me a line about his heart breaking down, but I saw him at the coffee shop an hour ago.
Busted.
Example 2. Don't believe him, he's just feeding you a line to get you to invest your money.
Okay, a more serious deception. And one more.
Example 3, as a question. Are you telling me the truth right now, or are you just feeding me a line?
It implies the speaker thinks the listener is gullible or easy to fool.
It does. The semantic field here is deception and communication.
And synonyms.
The synonyms are pretty straightforward. Lie to, mislead, string along, or another idiom, pull one's leg, which is usually more playful.
And the opposite.
The antonym is to tell the truth, be honest. Or a good idiom for this is to shoot straight with someone.
Number 21 connects to this fishing theme. Fishy.
Yes. If you go to a market to buy fresh fish, it shouldn't have a strong smell. If it smells really strong and fishy, it means it's old and it's bad. You shouldn't trust it.
So fishy means untrustworthy.
Exactly. The meaning is that something is suspicious, it appears dishonest, incorrect, or just off. Something isn't right.
Something smells fishy. That's the phrase I hear most often.
That is most common use, absolutely. Let's do a few examples. Example 1. His explanation for where the missing money went sounds fishy to me. The details don't add up.
Okay, suspicious story.
Example 2. There's something fishy going on in the accounting department. Files keep disappearing from the server.
And a third.
Example 3. I got a fishy email asking for my bank password, so of course I deleted it immediately.
It triggers your instinct to be careful.
That's a great way to put it. Its semantic field is as an adjective, and it's about suspicion and trust.
And synonyms for fishy.
The synonyms are words like suspicious, dubious, shady, odd, or the more modern slang, sketchy.
What are the collocations? You mentioned smells fishy.
Right, the common collocations are with our senses. Something smells fishy, sounds fishy, or looks fishy.
And the opposite, something that is completely trustworthy.
The antonym would be above board, legitimate, trustworthy, or honest.
Number 22 returns to money, fork over.
This is very similar in meaning to cough up, but it uses a farming metaphor instead of a bodily one.
Okay, so what's the meaning?
The meaning of fork over is to hand over or pay something, usually money, and again, usually reluctantly.
Why fork? A dinner fork.
Think bigger. Think of a pitchfork. You're pitchforking hay or manure. You're moving a mass of something from one place to another with some effort.
Okay. That makes more sense.
Let's do the examples. Example 1. I had to fork over $100 for a parking ticket.
Definitely reluctant.
Example 2. Fork over the keys. You've had too much to drink and you are not driving tonight. Here it's about objects, not money.
And it's a command. Very forceful.
It is. And example 3. The landlord demanded we fork over the rent immediately or he would evict us.
It's aggressive. You wouldn't say, I graciously forked over a donation to charity.
No, never. That sounds completely wrong. It always implies you don't really want to do it.
And its category.
The semantic field is a phrasal verb, and it's about transaction and payment.
Synonyms.
The synonyms are very similar to cough up, hand over, pay up, shell out.
What about collocations?
The common collocations are fork over the dough. Dough is slang for money, or fork over the cash.
And the opposite of forking something over.
The antonym would be to keep, receive, collect, or pocket the money.
Okay, we are in the home stretch. Part 5. Disinterest, dismissal, and mistakes. These are phrases you use when things are going wrong or you just don't care anymore.
A very useful category for dealing with daily frustrations, I think.
Number 23, for the birds.
Think about what birds eat in a city street. They eat crumbs, little scraps of trash, things people have thrown away.
The leftovers?
The worthless stuff.
Precisely. So the meaning is that something that is for the birds is worthless, uninteresting, or meaningless. The idea is that it's not good enough for people, It's only good enough for birds.
So if I say, this new company policy is for the birds, I mean I think it's stupid.
Yes. You mean it's trivial, nonsensical, or a complete waste of your time. Let's do the examples. Example 1. Waiting in line for 3 hours just to get a special donut. That's for the birds. I'm going home.
A value judgment on your time.
Yes. Example 2. His theories about the moon landing being fake are for the birds. They make absolutely no sense.
It's dismissive. Very dismissive. And example 3. Honestly, winter weather is for the birds. I prefer the summer when it's warm and sunny.
A total dismissal of an entire season. So it's category.
The semantic field is an adjective phrase, and it's a negative value judgment.
And synonyms.
The synonyms would be words like trivial, nonsense, rubbish, useless, or garbage.
And the opposite. Something that is definitely not for the birds.
The antonym would be something that is valuable, worthwhile, important, or first-rate.
Number 24. Get off someone's back.
Picture someone getting a piggyback ride from you, but they're really heavy and they're constantly whispering criticisms in your ear. They're literally a weight on your back.
Okay, that's a stressful image.
It is, and that's the meaning. To tell someone to get off your back is to tell them to stop criticizing, annoying, or pressuring you.
It basically means leave me alone.
Essentially, yes, but specifically about pressure and nagging. For example, I told you I finished the report already, so please get off my back about it. Example 2. I wish my parents would get off my back about getting married. I'm happy being single right now.
A very common complaint. And a third, example 3. Maybe if you get off his back and let him work in peace, he might actually finish faster.
It's all about removing that pressure.
Exactly. The semantic field is a verb phrase dealing with social interaction and pressure.
What are some synonyms?
The synonyms are phrases like leave me alone, lay off, stop nagging, or give me some space.
And the opposite of getting off someone's back.
The antonym is to nag, pester, or another idiom, to ride someone about an issue.
Number 25. Get the axe.
This is brutal imagery. You can picture an executioner's axe chopping off a head, or a lumberjack's axe chopping down a tree. It's an end.
So the meaning is final.
It is. The meaning is to be fired from a job.
Hmm.
Or it can also be used for a project or a show that gets canceled or rejected.
It's sudden and irreversible.
Yes. For example, poor John got the axe yesterday due to the company's budget cuts.
So he was fired. He was. Example 2. My favorite TV show got the axe after only 1 season because the ratings were too low.
It was canceled. I hate when that happens.
Me too. And example 3. If we don't improve our sales numbers this quarter, this whole department might get the axe.
Okay, so it's category.
The semantic field is a verb phrase related to employment and termination.
Synonyms for getting the axe.
The common synonyms are get fired, get the sack, be let go, or the more formal, be terminated.
And what's the opposite?
The antonym is to get hired, be approved, or to get the green light for a project.
Number 26. Let's shift to something more positive. Get the ball rolling.
This is a great one for starting things. Think about physics. A heavy ball sitting still has inertia. It's hard to start moving, but once it starts rolling, it keeps going with its own momentum.
So it's about that initial push.
Exactly. The meaning is to start an activity or a process. It's all about overcoming that initial inertia.
Like saying, okay, let's start the meeting.
Right. For example, we really need to get the ball rolling on our wedding planning or we'll never find a venue in time.
Okay, another one.
Example 2. I'll make the first donation of $50 to get the ball rolling on our fundraiser, and hopefully others will follow.
It's about initiating action.
It is. And example 3, in a meeting. Who wants to get the ball rolling by introducing themselves first?
Okay, so the semantic field is.
The semantic field is a verb phrase, all about initiation and action.
What are some synonyms?
The synonyms are words like start, initiate, kick off, set in motion, or launch.
And the opposite of getting the ball rolling.
The antonym would be to stop, stall, delay, or halt the process.
Number 27. Get the jump on someone.
Think of a race. If you jump off the starting block just before the gun fires, you have a head start. Or if you're going to ambush someone, you jump out at them first.
So it's about being first, getting an advantage.
It is. The meaning is to get an advantage over someone, usually a competitor, by acting earlier or more quickly than them.
It's very competitive.
Yes, almost always. For example, our company launched its new product in November to get the jump on our competitors before the holiday season.
A strategic move.
Yes. Example 2. I woke up at 4 a.m. to start driving and get the jump on all the holiday traffic.
Is smart. And a third?
Example 3. He studied the material all summer to get the jump on his classmates when the course started in the fall.
And the category.
The semantic field is a verb phrase about competition and advantage.
Synonyms for this.
The synonyms are get a head start, outmaneuver, or another great idiom, beat them to the punch.
And the opposite of getting the jump.
The antonym would be to fall behind, to lag, or to miss the boat.
Number 28. I think everyone has had one of these days. Get up on the wrong side of the bed.
This one apparently refers to an ancient Roman superstition. They believed that getting out of bed on the left side was bad luck and would lead to a bad day.
So that's where it comes from.
That's the theory. And the meaning today is to be in a bad mood or to be irritable for the whole day, often for no specific or logical reason. You just wake up feeling grumpy.
Just in a foul mood.
Yes. For example, just ignore him today. He must have gotten up on the wrong side of the bed.
A warning to others.
Exactly. Example 2, you could say it about yourself. Ugh, everything is annoying me today. I think I got up on the wrong side of the bed.
And as a question.
Yes. Example 3, why are you snapping at everyone this morning? Did you get up on the wrong side of the bed?
And the semantic field for this one.
The semantic field is an idiom, and it's all about mood and emotion.
And synonyms for this bad mood.
The synonyms are words like grumpy, grouchy, in a foul mood, or irritable.
And the opposite. A good mood day.
The antonym would be to be in high spirits, or to feel cheerful, or sunny.
And finally, our last one, number 29. Give someone the slip.
This sounds like it's right out of a spy movie. It likely comes from the old sport of coursing, which is hunting with dogs. The slip was the leash. If you give the dog the slip, you release it to let it run. So the idea of escaping a leash evolved.
Escaping. So that's the core of it.
It is. The meaning is to escape from or evade someone who is following or watching you.
Slipping away from them.
Exactly. Let's do the final examples. Example 1. The thief ran into the crowded market and managed to give the police the slip.
A classic movie scene.
A classic. Example 2. I tried to follow him to see where he's going, but he gave me the slip at the busy subway station.
And one more.
Example 3. The celebrity wore a disguise and exited through the kitchen's back door to give the paparazzi the slip.
And the final category.
The semantic field is a verb phrase, and it's about evasion and escape.
And synonyms?
The synonyms are to escape, evade, lose someone, or shake someone off, as in, I managed to shake off the reporter who was following me.
And the opposite of giving someone the slip.
The antonym would be to get caught, be found, be captured, or to confront the person following you.
Wow. 29 phrases. That was a marathon.
It was. But think about what we just covered. We covered work, fighting, fashion, money, deception, animals, and escaping the police.
The full human experience, really.
It really is. And I just want to remind the listener about the big picture here. Language isn't just a long list of words. It's about word families and, as we kept saying, collocations.
Right.
Notice how we kept saying this word goes with that word. You fork over money. You bury a hatchet. You get off someone's back.
If you try to mix those up, if you say bury the spoon or spoon over the money, people might, they might understand you, but you won't sound natural at all.
Exactly. The real magic, the fluency, is in the combination.
So here is my challenge to you, the learner listening right now. Pick just one of these idioms, just one. Maybe it's duck soup, maybe it's get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
And use it. Use it in an email or a conversation today, just one time, see how it feels.
That's the absolute best way to learn. Application. You have to use it for it to stick.
Before we go, I have a final thought. We talked about burying the hatchet, which comes from ancient history. And we still say hang up the phone, even though we just tap a screen now, there's nothing to hang.
Right. The language preserves the history.
So it makes me wonder, what idioms are we creating right now with our technology that people will be studying in 50 years? When we say we need to unplug, will that even make sense when everything is wireless? What does doom scrolling mean to someone in 2075?
That is a fascinating question. Language evolves, but it also preserves our history like a fossil in amber. The words we're inventing today on social media might be the bury the hatchet of tomorrow.
Something to chew on. Thanks for listening to this deep dive. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye, everyone. Keep practicing.